Merry Christmas, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, do me a favor, like, subscribe, click the notification bell. It is Christmas Eve here in the Charlotte metro area and of North Carolina. It's 67 degrees today. I'll go ahead and apologize right now. The bike is friggin' filthy because the weather here has been weird, and it's been so good for riding that I've been taking advantage of that instead of worrying about getting the bike clean. Now, today's video, what I'm going to talk about are these guys right here, lower fairings. I bought mine from Hogworkz, and well, let's talk about first why I got them. What was the reason for me getting them to begin with? I have, oh, cheers by the way, and again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. When I learned on some of my longer distance trips, so the first California trip, the ride out to Sturgis and back, I learned that I was getting some fatigue in my legs, and mainly it was because as you're sitting on the bike and you're running 80, 90 miles an hour for extended periods of time, if it's inclement weather, meaning rain or wind or any of that stuff, well, you got this heavy crap on your legs that's pretty windproof. Wind hits your legs and starts to push them apart. It's what the wind's trying to do to your legs. So I end up getting very fatigued in my legs because I kept trying to hold them close to the bike and fight that wind constantly. So before we went to Sturgis, I learned it during the California trip, the first California trip. Before we went to Sturgis, I decided, well, let me go ahead and order some lower fairings. So I looked at a bunch. I looked at Hogworkz. I looked at the Harley Davidson stuff. I looked at Avant Black. The Hogworkz ones, the main reason I picked them was because of the way their vent opens and closes, and I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, these things really cut the wind, and if it's raining shit, it actually cuts down on the amount of water that makes it to your leg, believe it or not. When it's cold, when it's really cold, you shut the vents, and it keeps your legs a little warmer. So, those were all the reasons that I got them. Now, we'll talk specifically about the Hogworkz stuff, because they're the ones I'm most familiar with. So Hogworkz makes these lower fairings in two different varieties, or you can get them two different ways. One is with a glove box in here, which is what I opted for. The other is with places for speakers here. And David got the ones with speakers. So I've actually installed both kinds that Hogworkz makes. And it's a pretty simple installation. Follow the instructions they send in the box. The only thing that we had to do, and I had to do it on both of the installs I did, this clamshell is separate from this, and you bolt those together, and that's what holds the top to the engine guard. The problem I ran into was I couldn't get these to stay snug without rattling around a little bit. And so what we ended up doing, if you're a homeowner, or if you've seen them before, those little felt pads that are adhesive on one side, and you stick them on the bottom of a chair leg so it doesn't scratch your wood floor. I put a couple of those in where this clamshell connects to the engine guard, and it gave just enough extra tension. It eliminated all the rattle. But we ended up having to do that on mine and David's, so I can imagine it's probably a pretty common thing. So if you go with this setup, just keep that in mind. If it's rattling a little bit, all you got to do is put something in there that you can stick to it to hold it in place, and use that extra thickness to make up the difference from the manufacturing tolerance, I guess is a good way to put it. So yeah, that's why I got these. Now, and that's what I like about them. What else can I say about these? I've had them on the bike since 2021, because they ended up being delivered right after we got back from Sturgis. I think they showed up like a week after we got back from Sturgis. So I didn't really get to feel what they were going to feel like until we did our iron butt, and then when we rode to California the second time. So I've had them on there since 21, so about 2 years now, a little over 2 years, 2.5 years. I think I got them in like August. I love them. I was a little concerned about how they were going to make the bike look, because there's a certain feel I'm going for on this motorcycle, and I was a little concerned it's going to make it look bottom heavy on the front, and it really doesn't. I actually get a lot of compliments on how the bike looks and how it's laid out, the things that I put on it. So yeah, I'm going to grab my phone now and just kind of walk you through the fairings themselves. Be careful where I put this because my little dog likes to drink bourbon. These are the Hogworkz lower fairings that have the glove box right there. If you buy the ones with speaker pods, that's where the speaker pod goes. One of the reasons I picked these particular fairings over the ones that Advent Black sells, and even the ones that Harley sells, quite frankly, is this right here. This is the only lower fairing that has a solid thing that seals this way. Every other fairing out there is there's a square in here, and there's a little like rectangle, and when you open it, that rectangle goes from closed to open. And I just felt like this gave me more protection, and it allowed more wind to flow when it was open. That's the real reason I went with these. They're very easy to attach. They come completely disassembled. You put them together and then you put them on the bike. This piece is one piece down here. That's the clamshell. And this piece actually goes all the way around to the front. So you've got just a little mounting thing down here. You mount it up down there, then you put the clamshell on and screw it in from inside of the glove box. To actuate these, all you do is reach down here and turn it. There's a little handle here, and you can turn the thing and it opens and closes it. So yeah, that's it. That's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I hope you and your families had an amazing Christmas. Well, by the time you see this, it'll be the day after Christmas, so I hope you had a great Christmas. And since I won't talk to you before New Year's, I hope you have a great New Year too, because the next video will drop the day after New Year's. At this time of year, I tend to think about, what happened this year? What did we do? What did we accomplish? What do I want to do next year that I didn't get to do this year? All those things, right? And I'm impressed. We've tripled the size of the subscribers on the channel in 12 months. I've not missed a drop since, I think, June of 2022. I've released something every week. And, I feel like I'm getting better at editing. Y'all will have to comment and tell me that. So yeah, Hogworkz lower fairings. I'll have links in the description and stuff for these. They do sell them color matched, but so does Advent Black, and so does Harley, of course. They do sell them color matched. David's are that Rock River denim, whatever color his motorcycle is, and his took a little longer. There's a little more lead time on the color match stuff. Because certain colors they just don't keep in stock, I think. It doesn't make sense to carry the inventory. Those are the fairings. And now I have reviewed every single product I've got on my motorcycle, with the exception of the underbike LED kit that I have on the bike. I've mentioned it to you when we walked around the motorcycle. I mentioned that I had it, but I haven't reviewed that one yet. I was honestly waiting to review that for when I go and help Ellen and Chris install the same kit on their bikes. So I was going to do an installation video and then follow it up with a review, but my impression of it. But yeah, I love these fairings. To be quite honest, this is pretty much a waste of space. I don't use it as a glove box. Never have, mainly just because it won't lock. But I mean, it could be someplace where you toss in extra pair of gloves or your, you know, I don't know, your garage door opener if you don't have something on your motorcycle that opens your garage door. Maybe you store that stuff in there. I don't keep stuff in there. I just don't. I've never found the need to. So, again, Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Always ride safe.
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ah. Asshole.
Really? Peace out, bitches!